Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to episode 58 of the Alchemy Devlog. It's your pal Isaac here with the latest news from the team. In this episode, we're going to talk about Alchemy enhanced audio updates, game guides, and some more improvements throughout the platform. We'll also take a few moments to talk about what we're working on next and answer some questions that have come in through the Devlog Q&A form. If you have a question of your own, you can get that to us through the link down in the description below. Let's dive in. All right, first up, Alchemy Enhanced Audio. If you haven't used Alchemy Enhanced Audio, it is a feature of Alchemy Enhanced modules that you can get on the marketplace that provides a dynamic music score for your scene. And as the GM, you can adjust the mood by moving a slider around to move it between kind of three different moods. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here in the Ascendant Cascade, which is a free preview of an Alchemy Enhanced audio scene thing right here. So in an Alchemy Enhanced scene, you have this slider that you can move the knob around to adjust how the music sounds. So in this case, we have updated the way that this looks, and it kind of maps back to what's happening here a little bit more clearly. And that's kind of the new thing here. So as I slide this from corner to corner, you can hear the intensity of the music changing as different aspects of it are mixed together in a different way. And you can kind of drop things square in the middle to just kind of mix all three sides together and set the mood for your scene. So the way this looks changed the most in this update. We're also kind of paving the way for providing the ability to update this and change this on scenes, because right now, once you have an Alchemy Enhanced Audio scene, you're kind of locked to that. You can either remove it or keep it on there. So we have some more improvements to do there to make the Alchemy Enhanced Audio a bit more portable. But for right now, we're kind of paving the way by bringing this up to date and showing the little pips in the corners to map those back to the different layers. All right, our next topic is exciting to the system builders out there. Over in your universes, you can now set the badge that gets displayed in the bottom right corner of your universes. So if I want to change what's displayed for this Devlog 56 universe, for example, I can just jump into Edit and set the system abbreviation to whatever I'd like that to be. So I set it to Devlog, and now I've got that little badge on my universe. So when you're creating a system, you can now control the system badge that shows up. Like for 5th edition, we show this 5e tag already. But when you're creating your own system, you only had custom as the option. Now you can set whatever you'd like there, and that's going to show up on your universe card and on any characters that are created for that system as well in your character library. So over here, if I were to have one of the characters there, it would show up as Devlog here in the bottom right corner. Small but powerful update for the system builders out there. And it looks like you all are having a lot of fun with System Builder so far, so that makes us happy. All right, next up, a very small but mighty feature for you all. One of our team members has been hard at work writing guides for various games. You can find those in our help center down here. Just the, where are they? Game guides. Down here under Alchemy Guides, we've got guides for Call of Cthulhu, Vampire the Masquerade, Outgunned, Merkborg, Pirateborg, Vast Grim, and, oh, Candela Obscura. Interesting. So those have been in our help center for a while, but now we have those integrated into the game experience in a little bit more of a cool way. So let's say I were to be playing in a Candela Obscura game, which I guess, by the way, this is the announcement that we're getting Candela Obscura quite soon. I will get a pop-up when I join the game for the first time ever that shows me information about viewing the GM guide. If you're a player, you'll also see View Player Guide, and clicking on that is just going to bring up the GM or player tutorial for that system, the game guide for, in this case, playing Candela Obscura. And if a game guide is present for a system like Candela, you can get to it through this gear menu down here at the bottom too. The GM guide is right here. If I was a player, I would see the player guide in that slot, so I can always get back to that in any game system where that is something that we have written and set up for that already. So a nice little way to get in and learn a bit more about how to play those games on Alchemy. All right, there's been a few other smaller improvements over the last couple of weeks. If you're interested in those, check out the release notes in the app. Under the Flask icon, you can scroll through and find out everything that's changed over the last couple of weeks. Mostly smaller things, because we have been really heads down on some very big things that we can't release quite yet. So we have a lot of stuff that we're holding on to right now as we work through these last few pieces of the V1 launch. In other news, checking in on our content roadmap, possibly to talk about what's going on there. We just moved Degenesis into private beta this week, or public beta, I should say. So if you're interested in testing Degenesis on Alchemy, you can hop into our Discord and sign up for that in the channel, the forum channel for beta tests. We'll be running that for a little while and then launching Degenesis. We are most of the way through building Cyberpunk Augmented and Stillfleet, and that just leaves Pathfinder and Shift. Shift is going to be a more future thing because of that not quite being ready itself. And then, of course, Pathfinder is going to be a big undertaking for us that we're excited to jump into. In other news, you saw earlier Candela Obscura. That's coming very soon, actually very soon. And in other related news, Daggerheart is actually coming to Alchemy very soon as well. And we're going to be launching a pre-order period for that very soon. So you can find that. You'll be able to find that on our marketplace. You'll find out more about that as soon as it's ready to pre-order. And we'll be launching that later this month. So as I mentioned, we've been hard at work behind the scenes on kind of the last pieces for the V1 launch. The biggest one right now is UI updates. We're doing a lot of UI updates that we aren't going to release quite yet. We're also working on some mobile optimizations. Of course, performance and reliability. We continue to adjust things and make sure things are running as good as possible. And then we have a couple of streamer mode features, streamer mode itself, and then the watcher statuses that go in with that we're working on. So we have around 2 months probably left on all of these things, and that's sort of what our timeline's looking like for getting the rest of these features out there, and I'm super excited to go for it. I think we may go a little bit dark for the next couple of months while we work on these things. There may not be as many feature releases on Alchemy for a little while. We'll mostly be focused on bug fixes, reliability improvements, and some of these big things as we finish them, like streamer mode. But other stuff like the mobile optimization and UI updates will likely not be a weekly thing. They'll be more of a when we're kind of done type of thing. So that's what we've been up to and where we are heading. Let's now jump into Q&A. SRD 5.2. Now that the SRD 5.2 has been updated for D&D 2024, when will Alchemy have the D&D 2024 rules available? Great question. We want to know when we'll have those available ourselves. We don't have an ETA on this yet, but it's definitely on our minds and definitely a big part of what we want to do this year. So expect those changes to come soon. Community Hub Review. Hi Isaac, hope you're doing good. In Devlog 57, you mentioned that a community hub is being built for users to share their own sheet builder and systems. Very much excited to share and explore on there. As Alchemy has opposed dataset generated content on the marketplace, will there be similar restrictions in the community hub as well? or will there potentially be features like upload tags and filters to help facilitate those of us who would prefer not to interact with such content? Currently love getting into the nitty-gritty of the sheet builder. See you in the community hub. So short answer on this is that we're definitely going to have a review process in place to ensure that things that get published on the community hub meet all of our guidelines and standards, and review things ongoing as well. We'll have like a moderator squad that will take a look at things on there, flag things, and take action on anything that doesn't meet our guidelines. System Builder random values. Testing out the System Builder, and it has good potential. I was super glad to hear that in the future we'll be able to use the attribute values in other parts of the sheet. I do have 3 different pip trackers, and it would be awesome if the max value of each could be easily set by a calculation from the attributes. So hooray when that gets done. But the other thing I was expecting to find in the System Builder was randomizing the value for each attribute. It would be great for rolling NPCs on the fly or creating characters quickly before a one-shot. If there was a way, I wasn't able to find it. Anyway, keep up the good work. So you didn't miss that. That's currently, there's not the ability to randomize like a numeric value like that. We only have the ability to randomize text-based fields. I think like drop-down and feature, maybe there's a way to have a randomize button on there that will pick a random feature from that list. But we don't have that on numeric things yet. However, we should. That's a great one, and we'll add it to our list if it's not already there. So thanks for that feedback. All right, that is it for this episode of the Devlog. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, head on down below, press that like button, and subscribe for future updates. Thanks for watching. Let's go play some games.